What is going on? What's going on, brother truckers and sister truckers? And of course, I keep forgetting about you non-truckers. But check this out. Have you ever been looking at the prices of equipment now? Outrageous. The numbers are 2 to 3 times higher than they should be. I mean, I was looking at a 2015 Freightliner Cascadia, similar to mine, but with not all the amenities. No APU, didn't have the fog lights, it didn't have a power inverter, you know what I'm saying? Didn't have a fully multi-motion seat with heat, because mine had heat, cooling, and all that before I changed it. Anywho, just looking at that truck, it had 760 or 770,000 miles on this truck. A little bit of body cracks or whatever on it, and they got that joker listed for like $70,000, 70 grand. So trucks that are $20,000 to $30,000 are now posted on the market at $60,000 to $70,000, even higher. I was looking at a 2017 Kenworth W900 Studio Sleeper. This one had a Cummins ISX in it. I think that was a 450 horsepower, 10 speed, and it had good miles, like 300,000 miles on it or less, but they wanted $170,000 for that truck. In 2017, you could have got a brand new glider with the 3-year warranty on the rear end, transmission, everything, a full out Freightliner, a full out glider kit in it, brand spanking new, 0 miles on it, for $144,000. Right now, a 2020 to 21 Peterbilt 389, upwards of $200,000+. I saw a 2015 reefer trailer with more hours than I got on mine for $77,000 or $76,000. If you're looking to purchase something for a truck or trailer, don't do it. This is especially for my newer drivers who are really hyped about getting out of their driver situation and becoming an owner operator. It's not the time. If you have that money in the bank, keep it in the bank, you know, and keep doing what you're doing, you know, because I've had guys come and say, yeah, man, you know, I'm working for this guy, I'm working for this company, you know, I got 7 months, I got a year of driving experience. Yeah, but I'm making $1,800 to $2,200 to $2,500 a week. Dude, you're doing great. Young lady, you're doing great. Whoever you may be, this is not to a particular person, but if you're out there and you got a year or less experience and you're making that kind of money, you're good. And if you're not, be patient and earn your stripes in this game before you jump into being an owner and operator. For example, if you would decided to take your little $10,000 or $15,000 you worked hard to save and put it down on one of these trucks for 70 grand, right? And I'm telling you, and other people tell you, you can see for yourself that they're only worth 30 grand. Now you put your hard-earned money into that, and you haven't been driving long enough, and you don't know the maintenance and all the things you got to put into being an owner-operator. Either you leased onto a company or with your own authority, and you get into a hiccup, and you don't have the money in the bank to back that hiccup, you know, turbo blow, you know, a couple of tires blow, you blow a tire and you messed up the airbag in the back, and it's a lot of work, mud flaps all jacked. Now you're on the side of the road, you're out of work, you got to pay for the wrecker and all that stuff. That's a lot of money. Right now, if you're in a position and you're taking care of yourself and or your family, if you have a family, be patient with the uprise of your trucking career. Stay where you're at for now until this pandemic blows down and prices and things get back to normal. But to be honest with you, I'm not even sure when that's gonna happen. I mean, it's getting worse. I bought my tractor, the one I have here, it was near the beginning of the pandemic. It was about a year and some change ago, and I got it at a decent rate. It wasn't too sky high. I got it at a decent rate. Now the blue book value, or the book value and the market value, will always kind of been like, you know, if you see a tractor and the market value, you can buy it at 40 grand. And a book value on that sometimes could be somewhere around 20-something thousand. But of course, you know, unless you got some hookups, I can't go buy anything at blue book value. You're gonna buy it at market value, what the retail rate of it is. But with that being said, these prices are way beyond that, man. It's way beyond that. It's ridiculous. So if you're new to trucking, I'm telling you, you haven't got over that 2.5, 3 year hump yet. You're still pretty new to trucking. Don't rush into the next phase and next level yet. Not saying don't go for your dreams and shoot for your goals. By all means, do so, but do it wisely. Have some knowledge of the game and know what's going on out here before you make that step. Because with that being said, a lot of other things out here are getting high selling prices too. People are charging more for their hourly rate to work on your tractor and trailer. Tire prices are getting higher. I know the price of tires are super high. I just had to put 8 drives on my truck. 3-axle alignment. I just put all new brakes on my trailer. And those are things I want you guys to think about too when you say, yeah, I want to be an owner operator. I'm ready. I can go get this truck and lease it on with this company. You got to have some backing. You got to have some money in the bank. You got to have a credit card. You got to have a line of credit. You got to have a mechanic of your own. You got to have all that stuff lined up. Now, granted, the company you lease onto, well, yeah, they could cut you an EFS check for a breakdown, but you got to pay that back. What if you're not in a position to do that? It's wee hours of the night and you got something popping off and you can't get no one on the phone. Can you slide your credit card to repair your truck or trailer on the spot? Can you go get a part right now if you needed it? Those are things you have to think about. I remember because I went to this stuff, man, when I was young in the game, man, and I would drive around and try to get like as far as I can on a minimal amount of fuel. And you don't want to be sitting here choosing between, should I fuel my truck or should I take a chance to drive an extra 100 miles so I can save a few $100 on fuel. Or I've bought recaps before. It was summertime, man. This was back in 2014. I bought some recaps, 8 pretty recaps, and I blew 3 recaps in 3 months, and I had to eat the cost of that because I had to get those other 5 off my truck because they were crap. Are you in a position to just go replace all your tires because you made a mistake? I learned from my own mistakes that I don't even buy recaps. I don't care. But you got to be in a position to make those choices, financial choices. Like, hey, do I buy the recaps or do I spend $800, $900 or $1,000 more and get me some really good tires going to get me through the season plus some? When I was new in the game, I didn't know any better. I went and got what I thought was the best deal. I ran out of fuel before. What I'm saying? I had a gas can tied to the back of my on my catwalk. Because I don't have the money to keep fueling up. Now I'm in a position my tank get low, I fill it up. I'm not gonna run out of fuel. But yeah, that's what I want to just a quick rant about, man, to let you younger drivers know that it's no rush to get to the next level, especially you 20-somethings, man. You guys are young. You got a lot of years to go. I started this game, I told you before, if you didn't miss the video, I started this game as a grown man already. Been through some stuff and had other careers when I started trucking at 36. I was 36 when I first started driving, I remember making 25 cents a mile, being away from home for 3 months. You guys don't have to do that. Those cats out here have been driving just 6-7 months, making $2,500 a week for independent contractors. You guys are making good money out here, So don't rush that next level, man. Do your homework. Learn more about trucking itself. Learn more about what it takes to run a truck. You see a lot of guys on YouTube, and you'll see them showing their cars and stuff. I do the same thing. But I know for me, I earned my stripes in this game, And for those you say, well, I know a guy been doing this 3 years and he's balling out. He has 2 trucks. Yeah, but ask that guy, how many times did he go home in a year? He stayed out there on the road grinding and stacked his chips to get to that level, And also, a lot of us started with a mega company and went through the process of having a mega company give us more knowledge in the game. I learned a lot from CR England and Swift when I first started driving, I learned a lot from R.E. Garrison when I drove for them, had a lease purchase. I learned a lot from Morgan Southern when I had a truck on with them. I've had quite a few companies I worked with. I took something from every company I worked with until it was my time to get there. I didn't rush into it. I had opportunities to jump plenty of times to do the next thing, but I didn't. But that's just my end of it. If you feel you got the backing, my whole thing about this rant is the money. Having that financial backing to hold your foundation down if something goes wrong. That's my concern for the new drivers. Don't jump out here if you're not really financially prepared. You don't want to do it that way. All right, that's all I got for y'all, man. It's what's today? I know the date. Don't get me messed up here. I think it's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. November the 6th, I think. You know, November the 6th, I think. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all, man. One day I'm gonna just go spit out the date and time and all that. You're gonna be like, yo, my man, Truck Life got it. But listen, y'all be safe out there, man. You know, make some good choices based on you know, your conscious knowledge of what's going on out here in the truck world. Get at me.